lost in that match?
Obviously, I'm said what I think now. I mean, what do you think, Sam?
I think if you were to do that tag team match, if you're gonna really make Judgment Day a real thing, they should get that win. The
Okay.
problem is, do you want Cena when losing 3 times on each one of his comebacks? Because I don't think he's had a one win since he came back.
He lost to He doesn't need to though, does he? He doesn't need to win.
Yeah, but you don't want to turn him into like a Chris Jericho where he's just constantly losing all the time.
That's what I think it's going to happen each time he returns. But we'll see.
Right?
We'll find out. Okay, Chris, want to go next?
Yeah, obviously the WWE plan for SummerSlam was Cena versus Edge. He was the first pick. Theory was the second pick. But due to now the situation and Edge turning face, Cena is coming back on June 27th. Sorry. So I think that maybe, as you said, he could be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's not a bad idea to me. So I think that either is gonna announce that he's gonna be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Theory is my pick to win the Money in the Bank ladder match, so it could build up the storyline for SummerSlam, or just maybe Cena is gonna uh, cut a promo. Theory is gonna get involved, and they're already gonna start to build up the match for SummerSlam, because Cena is coming back on June 27, and SummerSlam is on July 30. So I would like to see Cena in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
As a fan, I would like to see that, but I don't know if because there's so many plans that has been changed due to Cody's injury, as now and now Edge turning face. All the plans for the summer has been moved on.
The
So
thing is,
so I think it's no, one way or another, it's gonna lead up to Cena versus Theory at SummerSlam.
okay, so just picture this, Chris. And then I'm going to go to WrestleVerse, but picture this. Um, Cena comes back. He announces he's in Money in the Bank. A lot of the fans today were Cena fans growing up. So just to
Just
get him
like
back in Money in the Bank, I think it's a good idea for the pay per view as well, and I think that would get people talking just if they announce it.
I agree,
Uh,
I
okay,
agree with you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't. I mean, yeah, okay. Let's see what the rest of us got to say. Then I'll come to you after Tom.
I think at Money in the Bank, I think we might get Edge like on his own for a few weeks against like Judgment Day. He'll ask AJ Styles to be his partner, and he'll refuse because of the stuff that they had going on. And then the Cena chance will start just when he'll keep on getting beat up.
Let's see, cut out. It's cut out. I think.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Sorry, yeah, I think it'll just be teased for ages and ages. I think Judgment Day will have the way with Edge for maybe a good few weeks now, and then the Cena chance will start, and then when it gets close to the time, Edge will announce Cena as his partner to face them too. I think that's the way they're going to do it. I don't think he's going to be in the actual Money in the Bank ladder match.
But what's he going to do on Raw then? He's coming on Raw. What's he going to say?
I think he's going to just thank everyone, do his normal stick, and then Austin Theory's going to come and challenge him, but for SummerSlam.
So why would they do that though? They're going to skip straight over Money in the Bank.
Because it's seen as that big of a name that they can tease it then and then they can build it up.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think. Are you still there? Okay. You've cut out. So I'm going to move on.
Cena doesn't necessarily need to be in the Money in the Bank, because he is already big enough to.
Yeah.
He can be in, but it's not necessary for the storyline. But as a fan, I would love to see that.
Okay, we're going to go to Tom, but before we do, I mean, I don't know what you're saying. It's not going to be a story. Of course, it can be a story. He's in it. Theory's in the match as well. There's your story. Both of
Yeah,
them in the match. I mean, it's very easy to make a story from Cena right now. There's so many that could be made in many different ways. But Theory's the one everyone's looking at. But I think that should be saved to WrestleMania. Okay, Tom, Cena's come back on Raw. Do you think he's going to be part of Money in Bank, SummerSlam? What's your thoughts? Okay, okay, Tom. So he's coming on Raw then. So do you think, as Wrestler said, do you think he's going to skip straight past Money in the Bank and mention SummerSlam? Yeah. Okay, one more thing. So I'm going to go to golf updates now, but I think Cena was always scheduled to be at Money in the Bank because originally it was meant to be in a stadium. So I think in that case he was meant to originally be there. They wouldn't have put it in the stadium and not had surprises. Okay, golf updates. Cena's coming on Raw. Do you want to mention from that all the way to SummerSlam what he might do?
Um, touch on the Cena versus Theory thing. I think that's definitely gonna happen for SummerSlam. But I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna have. I don't know who Theory's gonna face. Obviously, Money in the Bank yet. Um, but I think John Cena will just walk out at the end of his match after he's won. And I don't, like I said, I don't know who that's gonna be against. But once he's won, he'll walk out and just go face to face, and then they'll end the pay per view. And then that following Monday, they'll address it on Raw, and then they'll have their match for SummerSlam. That's what I think.
So,
I don't think they're gonna have Cena in a match at Money in the Bank. I'd love to see it, but I don't see it happening.
so what's he going to do on Raw then?
What's up?
What's he going to do on Raw when he's coming in a few weeks? What's he going to do?
I personally don't know what he's gonna do. I'm just excited to see him.
Okay, so you were a Cena guy growing up, right?
Yeah. He's literally my favorite of all time. I will say that.
So okay, so if he was okay, so you're just excited to see him end the
Yeah, I'm
day.
just excited in general.
Okay, say if he comes back, has a match in Money in the Bank, loses, SummerSlam loses, does it matter?
It just depends. If Cena's gonna be here for a little bit longer than two events, then yeah. But if not, no. Because like
Okay,
we all
I'm just
get it.
picturing,
They use Cena to put people over now.
yeah, I'm just picturing myself. Obviously, like you guys see Cena, I saw Hulk Hogan. When he used to come back and take loss after loss after loss, I didn't like it, regardless of putting someone over.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
not gonna like it particularly, but I'm still gonna enjoy his match. Is what I'm trying to say.
okay, got ya.
Just because I
All
miss
right.
seeing him in the ring.
Like, so you're happy. Cody's gone. You got Cena. You like both of them. So you're still
Yeah, I
watching.
like both. I'm not too happy he's gone, but I wish he'd come back. I wish he comes back sooner than later. I hope his injury
It,
isn't bad,
it,
but it looks
it's
bad.
good. It's gonna go just like that. Watch how quick it goes. Uh, anyway, okay. Let's go to CG. Are you there yet?
Yeah.
Okay, I did come to you before, but you probably stepped away. So
Oh no, I didn't. I
SummerSlam.
probably didn't hear you right. I'm sorry.
Okay, SummerSlam. No, sorry, Raw. John Cena up till SummerSlam. What's he doing?
Probably. Let's see. Cena's gonna show up a week before Money in the Bank to do a. He's probably gonna do a promo. Austin Theory's probably gonna confront him and probably attack him or something. And then Money in the Bank, Cena probably comes out again, does a promo, and then that's when he challenges Theory for the United States title, and then you SummerSlam. That's what I think might happen. No
Okay,
one Johnson.
so as I move forward, actually, I'm going to ask you straight to. I'll ask you this, CJ. and anyone else can answer if they wants to. By him skipping straight over Money in the Bank, do you not think it's making that pay per view look small compared? I mean, it is small of it by just skipping straight over it like it doesn't exist.
It does. If you don't have Cody Rhodes with Roman Reigns or John Cena, yeah, it's gonna be pretty lackluster as far as star power. That is true.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that is going. They might work a way around it where the pay per view doesn't look small. Um, yeah, so we'll see what they're going to do. Okay, let's move on. We're going Noah, Sam, then Real Bro. Noah, you want to go next?
Yeah, I wanted to throw a very weird match out there, and I just wanted to know if you guys like it. John Cena versus Omos.
Are you trolling?
What?
Omos is another giant. I mean, John Cena's past. It could be a good storyline.
Okay, Noah, we're going to move on. If anyone. No, Noah. Okay, Noah, you are a troll, but that did make me laugh, so we're going to continue. Okay, okay, Sam.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, let's just say they do the tag team match at Money in the Bank, right? So when he comes to Raw, like I said, you can have him call out Theory, but Theory comes up with all kinds of excuses as to why he doesn't want to do the match. Blase. Vince protects him. They go on to Money in the Bank. Theory's in the Money in the Bank match. He loses because I think Rollins is going to win it. And then his punishment from Vince for him losing the match is, all right, now you're going to get that match with Cena at SummerSlam. And then I'm not sure why everyone thinks Roman's not going to be at Money in the Bank. They have Riddle going to SmackDown to confront him. So I
Okay,
think they're
so.
doing him and Riddle at Money in the Bank.
Because everyone's going by the dirt sheets, the guys that know
I,
everything.
it's a big five. I think he'll be there.
Okay, let's move along. Real fan bro, when you're speaking, do you want to answer the question about uh, is are they going to make some Money in the Bank look small by Cena just skipping straight past it?
Yeah, I think that's a toss up 50-50. If it was going to be in the stadium, I think Cena was going to wrestle. But, I mean, they already sold the tickets and it's on Peacock. So they really don't need Cena for the pay per view. It is small.
Okay, and what else were you going to say? Because you had your hand up originally.
Yeah, so I do like your idea. I would love to put them in there, but I'm just saying business wise, I don't necessarily see them doing it. But Sam idea with the tag team match, I like that too. But like I said, I don't know if they want to pay Cena when they don't have to. I can
Yeah,
see him doing like maybe a promo or something, but definitely the match SummerSlam with him and Austin Theory, and Austin Theory wins.
that I mean, wouldn't you rather see that at WrestleMania?
You
Real,
talking about Austin Theory and John Cena?
yeah, wouldn't you rather save it to WrestleMania,
They're not gonna wait that long.
or at
They're
least
not
get a
gonna
bit?
wait till WrestleMania.
But
Yeah,
originally, I mean,
I think you're right. I would rather have it rest because I think Austin Theory needs to be built up. He's not there yet. And if you give him to WrestleMania, he's holding the belt the majority of the time, then I think that would make it a higher profile kind of match. But I mean, I can't see that happening. Plus, John Cena has a busy schedule, so it's like this is part of the window you can probably get him for.
so obviously, I was saying to Nathan the other day, um, how about Cena? Obviously, it ties into what you're saying. Cena wins the first match at SummerSlam. Then you build Austin Theory and you build him. And by the time WrestleMania comes around, he defeats John Cena. And we get two matches instead of one. Do you not think that could work real, bro?
Yeah, see, the only thing about that is he got a belt. Like, if it was just them one on one without no belt, then that'd be fine. But, like, you can't have John Cena just holding the belt like Brock Lesnar because he's not going to be here.
Okay, got yeah. Okay, just to clarify, so I'm lost 12 followers from that tweet about Finn Balor. Um,
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not
hey,
surprised. I'm not
and
surprised.
I actually gained a couple followers since then.
well, you gained them and I lost them, and you're the one that said it. Anyway, we'll continue. I'll, I'll gain those. I'll gain those back anyway. Give it one day. Let's continue. Chris, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about if Theory beats Cena at SummerSlam, what's gonna feel like for us as a perspective, because I can understand it on a business standpoint because they wanted to push Theory to the limit, but I I don't think the people. are gonna like it because it's gonna feel very weird when you think about it as a fan's perspective. I mean, when Cena lost to against Roman last year, as a fan, I hate it, but okay, it was Roman, he was the champ. But Cena losing to Theory, oh, it will feel very weird, I guess. I, I'd rather stick with your theory about Cena winning the match, Theory looking good, and eventually it could lead up to a second match at SummerSlam. At WrestleMania, and then you put Theory over.
Yeah,
I'd rather stick to that scenario personally, and I also wonder how the crowd is going to react because we all know how it's going with Cena when he's there. You always have half of the crowd pro Cena, the other half against him, and the basic "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks" chants. But we also know that Theory is so unpopular. I really wonder if Cena is gonna be over with the crowd like it was at his debut, or is because it's Cena and because there is anti-Cena fan. If the anti-Cena fan are gonna go so deeply to cheer Theory even if they hate him, it's gonna be interesting to see that fact too.
Chris, there's no more Cena sucks, Cena this. All those Cena fans are now older, and they don't let that happen. And all the ones that were saying Cena sucks, they're all watching AEW. So that don't really happen anymore. But going
Let's see.
back to what, sorry, Chris.
Yeah, I was just saying, let's see how it's gonna happen. But
Yeah,
I really would like to see Cena winning at SummerSlam and Theory looking good.
just to clarify, that obviously you said you like my idea of the SummerSlam
Yes,
Cena wins, but Real Bros already pointed out the problem, the title. So again, that pretty much flaws that idea. But let's see what he says. Okay, Real Bro, yeah.
Yeah, you pretty much said what I was gonna say. Like the Cena, like they love Cena now. Like anytime, like the last couple times Cena came back, like huge, like cheers and stuff. So he's definitely gonna get cheering at. And I mean, I might help Austin Theory on his hill, performance, and hopefully he can step up. That's all you can say. Like I'm here to give him the benefit of the doubt that he might be able to step his game up with John Cena when it comes to SummerSlam, and I think that's the best you can hope, that he has a really good match with John Cena with a lot of heat, and he can carry that over after the match at SummerSlam. Because I mean, John Cena got multiple projects coming, so he's not going to be around like that after this.
Okay, Real Bro. Okay, never mind. I'll go to Sam. Sam.
Yeah, I will point out as well, they can always go with the shock factor of having Theory win this match. Just like when Kevin Owens beat Cena, that was a shock. I don't think anybody actually saw him winning that match, and it went over. It worked for Kevin. I mean, Cena ended up getting his win back, but I don't think if Cena is going to be gone, I think it would be best if Theory won the match.
Okay, Sam. Uh, what about if Cena won the first match and he was built up for until Mania and then he beat him? Would it matter?
No, I wouldn't hate the idea of Cena winning the match either. But again, it's the title situation. Now you could treat it the way they did Lesnar, and he was very part time. He had the championship, and it felt like a big fight feel. But I just don't see Cena being that kind of guy to just take the title and then not come back only for a couple of pay per views. He just doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
Okay, Fan Bro.
Yeah, you know what I think can happen? You can have Austin Theory win at SummerSlam, and then you can build the match up for WrestleMania with John Cena get the win back. But like Theory wouldn't lose anything, and by that time he can lose the belt.
Okay, Tom. Okay, and say if Cena wins both, I'm just throwing it out there, Tom. What do you think if Cena wins both? Okay, I don't think Cena's going to win both. I just wanted to see what you're going to say. Okay, let's move along. Golf updates.
Um, do we know Cena's movie schedule for this year? Because that would show a lot.
I mean, I don't know it. Real Bro says he's got a busy schedule, but
Does he have a
we do
busy
know
schedule?
he's there till SummerSlam. We know that.
Yeah, yeah. Shit, that'll show a lot. Obviously,
But anything has
like
changed.
all of it.
I remember The Rock changed his schedule many times for WWE, and there's times he hasn't. So I mean, we don't. I haven't seen it. I don't know. But okay, is that what you wanted to try and find out? Seeing a schedule, or did you have something to
Yeah,
add to
yeah.
it?
I was wondering if anyone knew it in here.
Okay. So I want to give you the same question golf updates I gave Tom. Say if he was to wrestle Theory at SummerSlam and WrestleMania, he won both. Would you care?
If Cena won both, or if Theory won both.
They've seen him won both. Would you care?
Um, I would. I think it'd be great, but I don't think it would hurt Theory at all. Because I mean, that could move Theory into a bigger picture. It's only the U.S. title, and then he doesn't win it back. It's not that the biggest deal. I mean,
You've just gave me a WrestleMania match idea, and I'm going to go and tweet it out in a second, and I'll tag you in it.
sounds good.
Uh, okay, we'll do it in a minute. Okay, Sam, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I just thought about this. So let's just say Theory beats Cena, right? At SummerSlam. Then you throw him into a let's just say a random feud with Cedric Alexander just for a little bit, but then you throw him into a longer feud with AJ. Have AJ beat him for the title, and then when Cena gets, if they can get Cena for WrestleMania, it's a 2 night pay per view. Do Cena Theory on night one.
Okay, yeah, that works as well. Let's go to the next person, CG.
Okay. What is the question?
Your Cena Theory. We're just talking about that at the moment.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I want to see that match. I think it's gonna be good as far as promos, and then the in-ring match. Cena's gonna step his game up. It's gonna be really good. On the winning, it doesn't really matter. And go 50-50. On that one, I don't matter. I just want them to have good matches, and that'll speak for itself, I think.
Yeah, again, someone that obviously people aren't pointing out the matches, they're pointing out wins and losses, which I think, just getting a good match. I think Golf Updates did say that as well. Just getting good matches. Okay, Real Bro.
Yeah, so I checked out John Cena's schedule. He has like 4 upcoming movies in 2022 and 2023. Also 2 TV shows with Warner Discovery.
Okay, and does that make you change your thoughts on what Cena's going to do?
Yeah, I mean, I can see him for SummerSlam and maybe the UK show, and then next year WrestleMania.
So I actually forgot about the UK show, even though I'm from the UK. So I definitely think Cena's going to be a part of it. Okay, so again, are these movies all John Cena projects? Are they all directed by him?
Yeah, all
So,
projects he's in, and 2 TV shows.
okay, so he doesn't have control over everything. Okay, but I'm sure if he wanted to change his schedule, he would. I mean, deep down, he's a wrestling guy. He can help out. That's why he helps out now, right?
Yeah, I can see him doing spots, but just like a continuous run, I can't see that. So it's like I
Yeah,
can see him popping in and out, but like he's not gonna be on TV every week.
yeah, I will say like he's with Marvel now, which is part of Disney, and that was it's kind of hard to change your schedule with them, and that's why they had to switch the Hall of Fame thing for Batista because he couldn't get his schedule changed with Disney. So that when you work for Disney, it's a lot harder to try to balance Disney and WWE at the same time.
Okay, I don't think that reason's altogether true. It is true what you're saying, but not the Batista thing. Uh, from what I read, Batista didn't want to do the Hall of Fame with no crowd. It had
No,
nothing to
it's
do with.
been yeah. They were going to let him do it the following year, but then his schedule it became a conflict. He's doing
Oh,
Guardians of the
okay. You're
Galaxy 3 right now.
okay. Okay, you're on about the year after. Okay, yeah. Which is yeah, yeah. It became a problem. Okay, you're right, and I was right as well. But okay, let's move along, Chris.
Yeah, just to answer your question about if they are doing two match and Cena win both, I think it's gonna be a bad idea. Even though I'm a big Cena fan, and as a fan, I always like to see Cena win, but I think it's gonna affect Theory too much on his push. I think if they are doing two matches, he definitely need to win one, at least one, because he needed to be he need a big win to be seen as a relevant top guy. And to me, Cena is the perfect person to put him over because he is simply the biggest star of the last 20 years.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, even a lot of people in this space now. Well, a few of them. They all got into the wrestling because of John Cena. And I think that's just all over Twitter. Lots of people see John Cena as our generation's Hulk Hogan. Just you know, you really can't touch him now. Okay, I'm gonna end this now. I did originally only plan to do this for an hour. I'm now doing it for 2 hours. So I am gonna wrap it up because that Finn Balor topic took so long to cover. That's the reason I went for extra. Okay, so I'm going to end this. So hopefully, someone will restart it.